The Business Report brought to you with the compliments of CIBC First Caribbean. Banking that fits your life.
By this time next year, things should be better in Barbados. This assurance from Minister in the Ministry of Economic Affairs and Investment, Marcia Cadell. She says this part of the adjustment and transformation is the hardest part of the process. Minister Cadell was speaking during the Barbados Labour Party's rally to mark the first year in office at Carlisle Car Park last night.
This time next year, we are going to see jobs. This time next year, we are going to see opportunities and investment for people to be working again, for people to be able not just to get a salary, but to be able to create wealth for their children and the generations to come again. We are going to see Barbadians benefiting more and more and moving to that point where every Bajan can be given the chance to be the best that they can be.
Food manufacturers are being advised to embrace good manufacturing practices. Food technologist at Roberts Manufacturing, Nadine Ben, says such practices are necessary to ensure that these businesses are protected as well as their customers. She was speaking during the recent BMEX pop-up seminar hosted by the Barbados Manufacturers Association, which focused on food safety.
So if you're putting in any food safety system, whether it be HACCP, BRC, whether it be SQF, all of these systems need a foundation, and the foundation for all of these food safety systems are your GMPs. GMPs look at things such as your grounds, your facilities, whether it be the lighting, whether it be the door, the windows. It looks at the outside, whether it be your surroundings. It looks at your people, your personnel, how they carry themselves. It also looks at your processing operations, looks at your water, your sewage, your disposal system, looks at your manufacturing system from beginning to end, from the raw materials to the actual processing right down to the warehousing.
Time now to take a look at how stocks traded on selected exchanges across our region.
In Jamaica, Wigton Windfarm Limited ordinary shares was the volume leader with 18,327,818 units. In Trinidad and Tobago, NCB Financial Group Limited was the volume leader with 115,310 shares changing hands, all for a value of $973,760.35. And here in Barbados, Sagicor Financial Corporation Limited was the sole security trading 2,000 shares at $2.75 each. With the kind compliments of the Barbados Workers Union, Cooperative Credit Union Limited, who remind you that you are better with us.
On this week's edition of Minding Your Business, we're going all natural to find out how seeds make things like deodorants, soaps, and lotions with a company called Life Essence.
Now, while local natural soap and lotion production has increased over the years, not everyone takes the kind of approach that Sabrina Brathwaite has taken with her company, Life Essence. Now, she insists on producing virtually everything herself from scratch, so much so that unlike many soap and lotion producers who use generic bases, she insists on using her own. So it was a little bit surprising when she said her business is only a year old.
I got into the business I started doing some eyelashing and looking at people face up front, close and up front. There were whiteheads, pimples. It just needed care. I decided to, find out what are things that can help. I ordered a couple soaps from someone that did not turn out the way I wanted, so I decided to do a class. That class started me off with soap making. Started with a couple soaps. After that, gradually worked my way up into toners, moisturizers, body butters, anything dealing with skincare.
And she has also started to take on some products that can be taken internally, like a noni juice and a turmeric tonic.
I learned a lot from my mom in terms of coconut oil and different stuff. Even the noni, my mom is she's the one that showed me how you ferment it. But I started doing it myself, and I actually pasteurized mine. And when I tasted the pasteurized one from the one that my mom used to do, totally different taste. Totally different taste. It tastes like wine.
Now, one of the things that first caught my eye about Sabrina's products was the packaging. It was classy and pretty unique, and she says she puts a lot of hard work into making her products stand out from everyone else's.
I think the product sells itself, but the presentation pulls you in. It takes a lot of work. I am artistic to myself, so that plays a vital role in it. And I just love doing it. I love doing it. I love to work with the colors. You know, it would take me a week working on something, and then I would look at it and say, no, I don't like it. And then I would like really put myself into it and I'd be like, this is it now.
And when she says she does everything herself, she's not joking. These display stands showcasing her soaps and other products, pretty much all of them she made herself.
I decided I need to display. I don't want my soaps just on a table. I needed to display my soaps that when anybody come, they could single out, okay, this is turmeric soap, this is everything is packaged out properly. So I decided, hey, I saw in the supermarket had a display for wines, and I just said, that is a good idea. So I started collecting a couple crates, and I built the shelf myself, display my soaps, and that was it.
So when you're around a woman that does it all, what's left for you to do? Well, she found something for me to help with, crushing these moringa seeds in her oil press machine, which not only crushes the seeds so that the pulp can be used in her soaps and other products, but also produces moringa oil at the same time. She uses the same machine to produce coconut oil and many other natural oils. Now going forward, Sabrina says face scrubs, face masks, toothpaste and deodorant are already in the pipeline, but it's her customers who help inspire her vision.
What is so fulfilling for me is telling me, you know, Sabrina, I tried the soap and it worked. You have any more? Yeah, I got more. I don't do the labels for it yet, but I have more. I don't care about the labels, Sabrina. I come in for some. That's what I like to hear, and that's what has really pushed me.
And she also has a personal rule about how and why she sells what she sells.
First thing I answer is, what skin type are you? If you have oily skin, it does not make any sense you using a moisturizing bar because your skin is already oily. So coming to just pick up a soap, no, that don't work for me. If you got oily skin, I would suggest you use an activated charcoal soap. Why? Because that controls the oil in your face, and that's what you need, and it draws out impurities. So I answer that question first. I don't just let people come, snatch up, move off, and that's it. I like to work with you and find out what your concerns are, what you've been using, what I can do to help.
Now, if you would like to get in contact with Sabrina and her company, Life Essence, just give her a call at 254-5433 or look for her on Instagram with the IG handle Life Essence 246.
But that is it for this week's edition of Minding Your Business, where we learn to make soaps, lotions, and so many other things thanks to Sabrina Brathwaite of Life Essence. Do have a good night.
Minding your business with the kind compliments of the Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union Limited, who remind you that you are better with us.